On Kilimanjaro, you go for 6, 7 days, or 8 or 9 days. That is not a joke. It's pretty long, but you don't feel that toughness because of people surrounding you. The time you are spending from the start to like before the summit day, so that's a lot of time you're spending there. You need to make sure that you're happy from day one to the day that you are about to summit. That you should make good use of it.
So I'd been dreaming about climbing Mount Kilimanjaro for years. My dad actually climbed 40 years ago, and I knew I'd follow in his footsteps one day. What I didn't realize when we were planning our trip was that actually reaching Uhuru Peak would only be half of our Kilimanjaro story. Breaking through language barriers to build bonds with our porters from all over Tanzania, that's what I'll remember forever. And it's really all thanks to this little Man U football. Before hitting the Rongai Gate to start our climb, we stopped at a gas station to pick up some last-minute snacks and water and Gatorade. We noticed a little deflated football in the corner of the store. So we picked it up and we started juggling in the parking lot with our driver, and that was the beginning of a full 6 days of intense and fun football. At this point, we hadn't actually met our porters yet, but that was about to change. We took our first hike for the day, and as we started getting closer to camp, we heard this very familiar noise that we'd heard several hours before. And as we walked up, we found out that our soccer ball was in the middle of a circle of porters who were all playing keep away from each other. So no formal introductions with our team from Omani, Africa were made. We kind of just jumped right in. And it was awesome that we did, because while many of the porters didn't speak much English and we barely spoke any Swahili, we had this instant bond through the sport of football, and we all just became friends immediately. We really became part of the porter family.
We didn't know you before, you didn't know us before, but now we're together, we're doing this together. So this means you'll never forget us, and we will never forget you. We love you, and see you at the top.
The climb became about so much more than just reaching Uhuru Peak. The day before our summit, we had a full-on 2-hour tournament with the porters at 10,000 feet. And at that point, it was easy to forget the true challenge that was ahead of us, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, because that's why we were there. And so once the game wrapped up and we all went back to our tents, we started talking about the fears of getting pulmonary edema or not being able to get to the top. But I think that because we had this bond with our team, they made us confident that we could do it. So we climbed the next day, got to the next camp. No football that night. Our guides would not let us, because the next morning, really that night, was the start of our true ascent up Kilimanjaro.
See you at the top, guys.
After a little over 5 grueling hours climbing up the last leg of Kilimanjaro's Marangu route, we reached the summit. But what really hit me was on our way down, our porters, our family, was so excited that we had done it, so they were running up the mountain to come find us and celebrate with us. We'd spent 6 days bonding through the universal language of football. And while of course we were sad to leave, we can't forget the friendships that were formed, because that mini football that only cost us $1 has all of the autographs of every single friend and now brother that we met along the trip.
This is not the end of us. We're the family now. We're the same team. So we're home when we're there. You're home when you're here. There you go. go home, remember you have a family in Africa.
Anapiga mpira mpira unakuwa nje kabisa uwanja pale. Asante sana, asante sana.